What you are seeking is seeking you. An interesting phrase if only I knew what it meant. Okay guys, let's talk about Ms. Marvel. Look, before entering into the show, the actress of Kamala Khan, Iman Vellani, was making some bold statements which kind of soured me on the actress and the show in general. So, there was this level of annoyance whilst watching her act a certain way. And my friends who watched it before me didn't really say encouraging things about the show. But before watching it, I decided to put all my prejudice aside to watch the show for what it was. And even though it was hard sometimes, in the end, it kind of grew on me. I don't really know much about Ms. Marvel or what to expect from a good Ms. Marvel show. I just know the surface level stuff. What I do know is, she is a big fan of the Avengers and she has stretchy powers like Mr. Fantastic. That's it, just the general knowledge stuff. So I, like most people who would be watching the show, would have no attachment to any material which might be significant to the character or what makes the character appealing or endearing. But hardcore fans might say otherwise. But in this way, the writers and creators have freedom to do something different to the character whilst introducing her to us, leading us to one major change in the series, the change of her powers. Normally, Kamala Khan in the comics is an Inhuman. Her powers are classified as polymorphic, which is like a combination of Mr. Fantastic and Ant-Man's powers. She gained her powers how Inhumans gain their powers through the release of the Terrigen Mist. She does have some pretty cool abilities like shrinking her size, becoming as thin as paper, and even a healing factor, which can have been used for creative storytelling, I don't know. But hey, they did what they had to do. The issue of the change of her powers to a more cosmic or light-based ability didn't really seem like an issue of concern, at least for me personally. I wasn't attached to any previous material or iterations of the character, so I didn't really mind it. Most of the Marvels introduced have light-based powers, and Kamala will fit right in. And as much as I would have liked it if they had stuck to the original powers, these don't seem too bad. Like I said, I'm not a Kamala super fan, so I may not know what the change would mean to someone who might feel like the powers are part of the character's growth or development. The series has an artistic feel which I totally dig. I thought they would have waited to give it to someone like Miles since, you know, like Into the Spider-Verse with all the arts and colors. I don't know. Some of my friends found it a bit too cartoony and childish, but I honestly dig it. It's very creative. Great job to the people who worked on it. They probably spent a lot of time to get it right. Okay, enough beating around the bush. What do I think about the show? With all fairness, I think it has heart, at least for the most part. And that is the secret sauce in creating these superhero flicks, no matter all the spectacle and action. When all is said and done, when the lights go out and the jokes settle. Why do I like this character after all? What is the importance of the character? What story does this character tell? And why is that character known as a hero? And I feel they were able to capture that at least to some degree in the show. Kamala is a dreamer who is constantly living in a fantasy. Well, it's easy to do that if superheroes are flying around all the time in your world. Heck, in the real world, superhero movies are ruling the box office and I'm here making a video about it, so I kinda get where she's coming from. Everyone is trying to ground her, to bring her back to reality. Adding to that and her religious background, she's not even free to pursue her dreams and to be disappointed by them so that she can grow because she has lost the right to choose. And honestly, this sold the show for me. You look, I like mature themes in my superhero media like any other person, but when they want to dabble in the campiness of the genre for certain characters, I'm here for it. If and only if it's in that character's nature to do something like that. I like the lightheartedness of the show, kind of like Shazam. Not every superhero material needs to be serious or dark and edgy. Let the kids be kids so that we can grow with them when the time comes. And this element is what made No Way Home hit the hardest for me because Peter isn't a kid anymore. The childhood days are over, and even though I'm still not a big fan of Homecoming, I kinda like we got to see our young hero grow up, which makes me respect it even more. In the end, the show did answer some, if not most of the questions of why I should be interested in a character like that. And for what it's worth, I honestly say at least it got those things right. But finally, I just want to say, the show is not for me, which is okay, understandably so. It was rich in its culture, which made its storytelling quite enjoyable to be honest. Something that I would have enjoyed much better if it wasn't for all the residing feelings I had for the actress. The reason I give this show a shot amidst my personal feelings is, I may not like the actress, but at least if the story is good, then I think it's worth the watch. The only thing I'll miss actually is the characters and vibe. And as cheesy as it was sometimes, honestly, it wasn't that bad. Truthfully, I don't harshly review superhero stuff, not because I don't want to, but because I like to try to see what the director is trying to see or what story they are trying to tell. to remove my personal feelings about said individuals from the art and to see what they want me to see. How I feel about the actors or the political agenda they're trying to push doesn't matter if the message being told was able to come across. But then again, this was an overall package, taking the good with the bad. So, in totality, if the good cannot and does not outweigh the bad, then in the end, it's bad. No matter my thoughts of it or how I feel about it, a lot of people might find something bad that you might find good. And that doesn't make the said thing good, but it does mean you might be the person it was targeted to. Maybe, or you might be the only person who sees value and can enjoy that said product. So yeah, I kinda did not hate Miss Marvel. It wasn't mind-blowing or anything, but it's not as bad as people make it out to be. And as always, I would invite you to watch the show and form your own opinions of it because everyone has different tastes and the reviewers review the material to their own personal tastes and preferences. So why wouldn't you watch it and form your own unique personal opinions about it? You might like it or you might hate it, but at least it's your feelings about the material. Lastly, Ayman Vellani is good, but imagine if Kamala Khan was played by Maitreyi Ramesh Krishnan. I definitely butchered her name there, didn't I? Like, just imagine it. She has that awkwardness of the character, which I think would be great to see. Check out Never Have I Ever on Netflix if you want to know what I'm talking about. But I did hate the decision of living into someone who's Pakistani American. Better representation that way. So far, my favorite next gen Avenger is Xochitl Gomez's America Chavez. She really caught me off guard. I really enjoyed her character. Anyways, what's your thoughts about Miss Marvel? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Maybe it's just not for you. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. And as always, remember to keep moving forward.
For you.